Hey everyone, Amy Provenzano, 5-star Diamond Beachbody coach and founder of Team Rise Up. So today I just wanted to focus in a little bit on follow-up, okay? Having a system, making sure that you stick to that system. I've had a few coaches approach me and say that they really wanted to know how I was keeping track of people and how I was following up. So I decided to make this video to show you a little bit about my system, what I do, specifically, so hopefully it'll help you. So I find that having pen and paper is just easier for me because that's just what works for me. I am a paper pen girl. I've tried the electronic systems and I just tend to fall off track with them. So I've tried a couple different notebook systems and this one just seems to really work the best for me. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. I've actually saw this system from another coach and just kind of tweaked it a little bit here and there, but here it is. It's just a notebook. You can get a simple $5 notebook, $1 notebook. You can go to the dollar store and get a notebook. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but I like to have a nice notebook and to have a nice pen to use just because it makes things fun and easier. But here are my tabs, okay? So you can kind of see them here. I normally have a different month for each notebook, but here I have a 5-subject notebook. So as you can see in this first section of my notebook, that's December, okay? And then the next section will be January. The next section will be February. So each subject is divided off. So in this first section, that's just where I have my tabs for December, and then I'll continue on to the rest of the months. But last month I didn't have a 5-subject notebook. I just had a 1-subject notebook. So I have that here. I've started transferring over the information from this to this, but really I've just been still keeping the November notebook here and utilizing that. Okay, so follow-up is so important, you guys. You have to make sure you're following up with people. When you're connecting with them, you want to make sure that you're not forgetting about them. And I even find that, I used to just refer back to my Facebook messages, but I would forget and you'd lose certain people here and there through the messages. So having that written all down on paper is so important to go back to and make sure you're not forgetting anyone. Because you're going to notice, you're really going to notice in this business that the more you're connecting with people, the more you're following up with people, the better your business is going to be, the more it's going to grow if you're being consistent with it. Okay, so here is my system. I'm just going to share a little bit about what I do. In the front of the notebook, normally I have a little pocket here. I'll get those notebooks that have the little pouch in the front, but this one didn't, so I should have paid more attention to that because I really like that feature. But I just stuck my things in the front for now, but I always have some to-do list sheets. I got these at Staples. I have these always in the front of my notebook so that I can stay on task and, keep on track. And then I also have my power hour list in the very front of my notebook. So this notebook is always with me. So I always want to make sure that my power list is there too, because this is what keeps me really on track. If I sit down and make sure that I'm doing the important things each and every day, first and foremost, before I do any of the other things. So that is what's in the front of my notebook. Then we get to the sections. We have right in the front of the notebook, the very first section is goals. You want to make sure each and every month you're setting goals for yourself, for your business, and making sure that you can see them each and every day. It's important to see where you want to head with the business. So I have my December goals right on the top, and then I have my personal development that I want to be reading right here. So I'm reading Failing Forward with my Emerald to Diamond group right now, and then I also got the book Girl Boss, so I want to be reading that as soon as I'm done with Failing Forward. So you want to make sure that you have your personal development books listed and your December goals. Okay, so that's the very first section. And then I have my new coach section. Okay, here it is, new coaches. So here I have my December coaches that have signed up this month so far. I think it's the 10th today. So these are the coaches that have signed up so far by now. So we have their names, and then I also have whether or not they've completed their Getting Started Right call, and whether or not they've hit Success Club so far this month. It's kind of early, so I don't have any of these checked so far, but I'm working with these newer coaches right now. It's really important to zone in on those first couple weeks when a new coach starts out to make sure that they're getting started the right way. So I love that section. That's important to have. Okay, and then the next section I have potential coaches. Okay, right here. Also, you can just find these little tabs anywhere at Target, Walmart, Staples. They're just little sticky things that stick on the page, and you just label them. Okay, just wanted to share that. All right, so potential coaches. There are 3 sections of the potential coach section. So we have your hot list, which is people who have said, I really want to do this. I might not be ready right this second, but I really want to do this, or they just need a little extra information. So you want to schedule a call with them possibly to share a little bit about coaching with them. So I have, a few names on here. So these are people that I'm reaching out to right now, or they've been added to the Glimpse into Coaching group. And then the next section is your warm list. Okay, so these are people that you've reached out to about coaching, and maybe they need to be invited to a Glimpse into Coaching group or a coach opportunity call. Okay, so you want to make sure that you reach out to them. And then we have a seeds planted list, and that's just people that you've maybe mentioned in passing about coaching, but you haven't really invited them yet to any of the calls. So it's just you planted that seed. Okay. The next section is potential challengers. Very important section to have. And this one wants to be a little bit bigger of a section, so I always leave a few more pages for the section. I have about 5 or 6 pages. The potential challengers, this month is all about Max 30 for me. I have a few 21-day fixers, but I've done a lot of, CTAs, which are call to actions, on my like page. I get a lot of my leads, most of my leads, through my like page. So every time I have a call to action and someone says that they're in or they want more information, their name goes on this list. Okay, every single one of them. Even if they didn't reach out back to me when I sent my message, or they said they aren't ready, or they said no, their name is here. It gets written down regardless of what they have said. Okay, so that one continues on through the whole section, because this is the meat of this notebook, is the potential challengers. Those are people that you really, really want to be following up with. See if you can get them into a challenge group. And then the next section is challenge groups. Okay, so I always want to have all of my challengers listed on, each section of this notebook for each group that I have. So in the first page, I have my 5-day clean eating challenge. Excuse me. So every person that's in my 5-day clean eating challenge gets listed here, because these are people that I am going to be reaching out to about a challenge group in the future. So right at the beginning of every single month, I have a clean eating challenge. So that is always the first section here. And I want to make sure I'm reaching out to them, because oftentimes they do join a challenge after they go through a 5-day clean eating challenge with you. My next section is a 21-day fix challenge group that I have starting in January. And then I have my Max 30 page. So I have my Team Rise Up group. We have a big group here, and these are the people that I'm adding to this. And then I have a private group, which is mostly if I have new contacts, they get added to my smaller group, so they can have that really one-on-one support. And then if they want to join the team challenge group, the bigger one, they can do that as well. Okay, the next section we have is potential diamonds and potential emeralds. So I put this all in one section, but the page I just have sectioned off into 2. So I have potential diamonds at the top, and I have potential emeralds at the bottom. These are coaches that may have said, Amy, I'm ready to reach diamond. I want to do this by a certain date, or I really want to set a goal to reach emerald. So if they have mentioned that this is their goal, their name gets written down here, so that I can make sure that I'm connecting with them weekly. I can make sure that I'm helping them reach their goals and doing the things that they need to be doing to reach them. Okay. The next section is Success Club, and I have not filled this out yet because it's early in December, so I haven't filled out who's reached Success Club yet, and I know many of them have on our team so far, even though it's the 10th. So Success Club names will go here so that I can recognize them, give them a shout out, and then, just make sure that I keep track of who's reaching Success Club, because those are the people that are consistently growing their business. Okay, and then the last section, which some of you might not have. If you're not running a Coach Basics or you're not running a Emerald to Diamond, then you're not going to have this section. So I have Coach Basics section. The first page is my Coach Basics. I always put down everyone's name that's in the group so I can make sure that I'm staying in touch with them. And then I have the Emerald to Diamond group. Every name listed here so that I can keep track of how they're doing. Okay, so that is all of my sections. After I am done with 1 month, I'll go through my notebook, and whoever has not been added to the challenge group page, that they're officially in a challenge group, I add them again to my potential challenger list so I can make sure that I'm continuing to follow up with them. So I will scratch off the names on my potential challenger list. If they join a challenge, I scratch them off, move them to the challenge page, and then add them to the next month. So this is how I follow up with people. And this is really, really working for me because I like having a monthly notebook. I like having every single name written down. That is so important because even if you think that you're great at follow-up and you're great at keeping track of your Facebook messages, or you have this awesome electronic or computer follow-up, I think that it's always great to have a paper and pen system as well. But again, it's whatever works for you and your goals for your business is what's going to work. So make sure that you just find what works for you and stay consistent with it. Consistency is so important. I use this notebook every single day. It goes with me everywhere. It's always sitting right by my computer. No doubt about it. I am zoned into this thing every single day. Another note I have to add is in my new coach section, I do have them written down here, but I also have a dry erase board over here that has all my new coaches' names on it, and check marks if they did their GSR and check marks if they reached Success Club. So this way, every month, those names go on that list. So these are all my new coaches from month to month. So I can reach out to them and make sure that I'm connecting with them on a daily, or not a daily basis, but on a weekly basis or whenever they need help. So those are my tips. I hope that this system helps you to stay consistent with your follow-ups, to reach out to people, and to not lose track of anyone, because we know in this business, relationships are the #1 key to building your business. So make sure you're getting out there, meeting people, and creating those relationships, but not forgetting them, and making sure that you dial in and follow up with them. All right, I hope this helps you guys. Have an awesome day.